Yo, what up? Yeah, I'm in here. In here. What's up? Look, ho. I got all types of weird ass problems going on now, man. Oh, yeah, man. Shit get crazy. Crazy. Yeah, what up? What up, man? I'm in here. In here. What up, though? Hold up, my bad for
It's
being
7
late, too.
o'clock.
Um, I was chilling. What's up with y'all, though? What y'all on? Shit heavy. Already. Oh, shit. What up, though? 24 in here? What's up with y'all? So look, right? I was going over. I was looking through the paperwork to the Thug trial because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, yo, what up? I said, yo, hold. It's a bull. Ain't sitting the thing. Yo, what up, LaDana? um, so I'm going through the paperwork, right? And I'm looking through everybody paperwork. So I start coming across certain little documents that's different. So LaDana, each person folder, like in each separate person's case, if you look through, it's different paperwork in each person case, right? Depending on what they lawyer filed. I'm sure you've seen it, but I was just going through, just checking to see, right? And I came across a couple pieces of documentation that was interesting. Did we look at this one, LaDana? You see this on the screen? Motion to suppress a wiretap. But see, this was important about when I was reading through, right? I ain't remember reading over this one, right? It's 3 more pages. Well, 2 more pages. Um, see, this the thing, right? They saying these boys smoke shorty on the 14th, got locked up on the 17th of March, right? 3 days later. Now they say they went in the house and caught these dudes because somebody had shot at the house that they was in. When they went in the house, they got a whole bunch of evidence, right? Allegedly. You know what I mean? So they saying, now the person I'm talking about, this Shannon Stillwell, this that second body, that last one in the case, right? I believe. They saying that them boys was in the house and somebody came through and hit the house up, right? Then the law came in response and then went in the house and did a illegal search, right? But while I was looking through that, right, I see this, it say they had a phone tap on them boys 11 days before they caught the body, allegedly. Who told them? Who told them to tap their phone? On March 3rd, they caught the body on the 14th. State applied for and was granted a court order authorizing a wiretap on Mr. Garlington's phone on March 3rd. What's up with that? Like, yo, think about that. Salute. Think about that, though, bro. Like, real rap. So, but why? If Thug baby mother got hit, why you doing it? So did they do this situation happened before Thug baby mother got hit, and the baby mother was a response to this situation that happened on the 14th? Or her situation was first and this was a response, allegedly. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Yo, how they get a wiretap? Her, then this? They can't get no wiretap. They can't get a wiretap because somebody hit your peoples. You understand? Like, yo, what happened? Something, yo, it's missing information, y'all. And like, I don't remember hearing about them, they house getting shot up. And then it basically got raided. When the police came to see who house got shot up, they basically raided it. What up, Blue? G, what up? Immaculate. Salute. So I thought that was odd, the dates. All right, so look, let me read it. 317. Ugh. And they got locked up the same day. They got locked up that day. According to the discovery, agents of the state requested and obtained an order authorizing a wiretap of 2 target phone numbers as part of their investigation into 2 separate alleged crimes. Neither of these alleged crimes involved Mr. Stillwell. Specifically, the state sought to utilize wiretaps to investigate 2 plots to murder a jail inmate. One attempt murder was allegedly committed by Jaden Myrick. The second conspiracy to commit murder was allegedly committed by Christian Eppinger. One target number connected to Antonio Sumlin involved the alleged Eppinger conspiracy. The other target number of the wiretap was allegedly used by Demikian Garlington, who was allegedly involved in the Myrick attempted murder. The state applied for and was granted a court order authorizing a wiretap on Mr. Garlington's phone on March 3rd, 2022. The state sought and was granted a second order authorizing a wiretap of target number, on March 11th, after the state came to believe that Mr. Garlington's phone number had changed. This order authorized the intercept and monitoring of communications to be done in accordance with federal and state laws for up to 30 days. The state began intercepting and monitoring communications involving target number on March 11th or shortly thereafter. 30 days. 30 days. That's tight. Oh, so you only get to listen for 30 days and then you gotta go back and get a re-up? Oh, yeah. I wonder how many states got that like that. The state subsequently sought at least one extension of the March 11th, 2022 order. In an affidavit in support of extension of the wiretap, the state offered a glimpse into communications that had allegedly been intercepted up until the date. This affidavit contains both summaries and purported quotes relating to specific phone calls intercepted in March. The affidavit also includes assertions to the identity of the speaker on the third-party telephones that were in communication. According to the affidavit, these intercepted communications include calls to which Shannon Stillwell was utilizing a third-party telephone. For this reason, according to the state's assertions, Mr. Stillwell is an aggrieved. Yeah. All right. I thought that stood out because listen, they saying they got a wiretap, but the dates for the wiretaps is crazy because it's right before they caught a body. Like yo, like somebody told them yo, and the judge actually believed whatever evidence they had to get this warrant, y'all, is heavy to get a wiretap. Like and yo, this is somebody won the lottery, y'all. Somebody say yo, these boys is about to get active. Cause it ain't no wiretap talking about no drugs. What the wiretap for? What you trying to hear? And the only reason we know about it, probable cause for the wiretap was illegal. Yeah. I mean, not really. We don't know what it is. I don't think it was because the motion to suppress got denied. Whole Brian still gonna be. This ain't got nothing to do. No. This ain't talking about Brian Still. See, I'm in the cut. I'm in the cut, baby. I'm in the cut. We ain't talking about Thug per se right now. I'm in the cut looking at somebody else, joint. That's in. I'm looking at the determining factors that's going to incriminate Thug. What he working with around him? Like if they trying to say he in control of a gang, all right, let's look at the most damaging parts of this alleged gang, right? Which is Shannon Still with the bodies. Let's see exactly what they got. I'm looking, yeah, nah. Like, yeah, Leonard, you with me. Like somebody had to get them some serious ass information for them to actually get the wiretap and a re-up 11 days before niggas got getting smoky. What happened beforehand for you to have some? It wasn't no hearsay. Hearsay ain't gonna get you no goddamn wiretap. I don't think. Uh, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm. Not in this situation because they had already beat some cases, so that the state had already been feeling like, yo, we don't want to play with it unless it's for sure. So what for sure information did they get? They got something because they already done took these boys to court, all types of shit before this point. So they coming around at the corner of feeling like, yeah, we got something to get like this. So listen. This right here, that's a different document I found. Now I ain't down. I ain't actually paid for these because they short documents. It just was a way to get more information. I was just checking this out, right? So this one right here is for Shannon Stillwell, which is alleged to be one of the people looking at more time out of the RICO. Let's say that, right? So look, this one is saying they trying to suppress the defendant's statements. All right, check this out. On or about March 16th, 2022, Atlanta police officers and Fulton County District Attorney investigators responded to 2830 Waters Road. An unknown person reported a shooting at this location where unknown individuals, somebody reported a shooting, so that's fishy off top, where unknown individuals shot at the house and cars located on the property. I should look that up. I wonder where that's at. Is they in a trap? Yo, where that's at in Atlanta? That's the trap or that's some decent houses? Cause they talking about houses on the property. We talking about a low ass house on the block or Waters Road in the cut somewhere. Big shit. Where they was at? All right, so look. It's it was a shooting at the location where unknown individuals shot at the house and cars located on the property. When police arrived, 6 individuals were located in the property. One of the said individuals was defendant Shannon Stillwell. All right, first off, if niggas was banging at the spot and somebody called the law, you was supposed to get out of there, but he was still waiting around, so it's cool. Unbeknownst to Mr. Stillwell, the Atlanta Police and Fulton County District Attorney's Office has been conducting a joint investigation into Mr. Stillwell and other individuals purportedly associated with YSL for some time. All right. So they saying that on March 16th, somebody was banging at him while he was in the house. The law showed up, but they was already investigating yo and YSL for some time. So when they pulled up, they was on his heels about the other shit already. All right. The above styled indictment is the culmination of this year's long investigation. All right. It's some choice words right here. Culmination of this year's long investigation. That's all right. Let's keep it moving though. Listen, the Fulton County District Attorney in this indictment alleges that YSL is a criminal street gang. All right, yeah, we heard about that. Investigator Viverito, yeah, you heard me, Viverito, employed by the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, and Investigator Flores, assigned to the APD gang unit, were among the officers who arrived at the scene. Despite the fact that the occupants of this residence were alleged victims of the shooting, they were treated as anything but. All right, so listen, yo. They got blamed at in the house. Then the Fulton County District Attorney's Office sent the investigator over there that was assigned to the gang unit. This ain't no regular investigation, so they sending goddamn investigators over there to check these boys out, but they was the actual victims, right? So check it out though. Despite the fact that the occupants of this residence were alleged victims of this shooting, they were treated as anything but. In fact, they were treated as targets of an investigation. Police entered the curtilage and the residence itself without a warrant and observed what was deemed to be illegal contraband, namely guns and ammunition. They've been doing a lot of it. They be just doing what they want to do, huh? Okay. The occupants of the house were rounded up and placed in handcuffs. They were placed in custody and seated in police cars, all while they remained shackled. Investigator Viverito, who was actively investigating Mr. Stillwell and the other co-defendants listed on this indictment, not only for RICO charges, but also for the recent shooting deaths of Shymel Drinks, which occurred 2 days prior, took this opportunity to question Mr. Stillwell. So listen, when they ran up in there, they start questioning Mr. Stillwell, Shannon Stillwell, while he was in handcuffs without an attorney present. Mr. Stillwell was never Mirandized. He was never read his Miranda rights. Mr. Stillwell gave incriminating statements, including a statement. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. What happened? Mr. Stillwell gave incriminating statements, including a statement. Yeah, I was in the cut. I'm like, yo, it's too much going on. I don't feel like we really seen everything. It's a lot. It's a serious ass case. See, listen, check this out. Let's just say, hold on. Including a statement that he had just got out of the white car. At least one white car was located on the property at 2830 Waters Road, including an Audi sedan, which was allegedly dun. That's the end of how much I have. Now, that's a mean ass way to end one page, right? That make you really want to buy them other two pages, huh? That's a dollar. That's a serious ass dollar right there. It might not be nothing. LaDana, what you think? You can find that one? Oh, let me see. I still feel like I want to buy that $100 joint, that transcript, but I'm scared to press the button and it be something we already heard. Be honest. That's some bullshit. Hold on though. Yo, and shout out to Twitch, yo. They don't pay, yo, but like every once in a blue moon, they send me like $40. You feel me? Ain't really no bread, but they send me like every couple months. It's like $40 just pop up. Like, yo, I don't know who the hell sent it. It don't even be having a name. It's like they just send it anonymously to my Cash App. I be just thinking like, where the hell that shit come from? Who was that? So yeah, shout out to Twitch for not really paying, but at least yeah. I wonder what happened. That's from having one person watching and two people watching. So technically, I wonder what happened if you had 100. I wonder if I could make more. Damn sure don't make no money on Twitch. Look, so this how real I'ma keep it. Yo, what? Yeah, man. What up? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Your name is suspect. I'm gonna keep it real. Your name suspect. I love it. Let me know if you need me to show you some more of this information on here. All right, hold on. Let me see what else I got. Motion to suppress evidence. All right, this Shannon Stillwell again. He had a whole bunch of motions, so I was checking the motions. So, all right. The defendant named in the above style case by and through undersigned counsel and moves this court forward and under alleged contraband and statements and testimony concerning the alleged contraband resulting from an illegal traffic stop, which violated defendant's 4th and 14th Amendment rights under On about March 17th, 2022, Atlanta police officers began following and seized an Audi A5, my bad, allegedly occupied by defendant Stillwell and his co-defendant, Quamarius Nichols. The interaction between the Audi A5 and the police allegedly began at the Chick-fil-A on Cleveland Avenue. Per the discovery provided to the defense, the occupants of the Audi A5 fled the Chick-fil-A and proceeded to drive towards 2841 Meadowlark Drive, East Point, Georgia. Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Nichols allegedly exited the Audi A5 on foot and were apprehended at gunpoint in the back of this location. So this is a motion to suppress the evidence they found in the car, in the Audi A5. So I think they trying to link that Audi A5 to the body of that Shamel Drinks. I think. Don't quote me. So y'all see what's happening. Like the nut body, evidence binky. Then they moving to suppress evidence all the way around the board with the dudes that's on the other body. So if you look, the state case is like, was it another victim in that Shamel Drink situation? Like, if it's not another victim, bro, like they actually seen them dudes. They ain't get caught with the actual murder weapon. Like, yo, I don't know about that second body either, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't even remember looking at the details to that. But if the lawyer is going hard and attacking the evidence, look what he's saying in this one. All right, the lawyer for Shannon Stillwell going hard in this one. Look, he's saying he trying to sever the offenses. He trying to say the goddamn body ain't even connected. He's saying, look, listen. He's saying Nut body and Shamel Drink's body is not even, none of that shit is connected. Now, that's a broad statement. Like, so listen, it says, Defendant Stillwell is charged with counts involving 3 factually unrelated incidents in this indictment. Specifically, count 2, Katrina Salute. Katrina Salute. It's a count 2 charges defendant Stillwell with murder for the January 10th, 2015 death of Donovan Thomas. Boom. Count 49 through 54 charge defendant Stillwell with the March 14 death of Shamel Drinks. They spell his name different every time. Jamal. Golly. Count 64 charges defendant Stillwell with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon from an alleged traffic stop of defendant. Yo. It is the belief of the defense that there is no factual relationship between any of these alleged incidents. Count 65 is not listed as a predicate act of any RICO Act violations or Gang Act violation in this indictment. Now, yo, I'm gonna say this. When was this filed? Yeah, they denied all of these motions, I believe. I ain't gonna lie. They was denying. Miles Farley witness list. Oh, this dude right here. With 6ix9ine as his lawyer, he tried to suppress rap lyrics, music videos, and social media evidence. They denied that. That's Farley, Miles Farley. Miles Farley filed goddamn 22 motions, y'all. All of them got denied. So this dude Farley was in the house when the police came on March 16th. He was in there with Shannon Stillwell and Demiki and Garlington. So they try and put him with yo. I mean, with the shooters. So he basically, homie that got 6ix9ine as the lawyer, Shannon Stillwell and Demiki and Garlington, they look like they trying to use them 3 as the ones that can actually be linked to Thug that can make this serious for y'all. If you remove these 3 out the situation, y'all, technically you got the other dudes from the Nut situation, but the Nut situation already looked fluke. To be honest, like all the way fluke. This piece right here, I'ma say these boys right here with this Shamel Drinks and Eppinger with that police situation, y'all. Lucci ain't gonna testify. Lucci said he won't testify, so that's good. It's like, I mean, I don't know what kind of footage or whatever they got of that situation, but like, without the actual victim testifying, I don't know how that's gonna work. So that attempt, and everything else on Thug is garbage, y'all. I'm telling you, you can't even get with the RICO, put it like this, yo. Yo, it's set up right now to where as though Thug could possibly beat the whole damn thing because technically, in order to connect to this gang, you gotta prove he pressed that button. You got to prove it. You got to prove it at this point, and all you got is goddamn hardcore criminals against a dude who don't got a jacket allegedly. He has no convictions, y'all. Like for nothing official. He just got caught with a gun before and drugs before. Like he ain't got nothing on his jacket that's official to say he's a goddamn real gang member. Nothing. And it's hard stamped that all rappers be faking. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I'm telling you, if you asked all of these people that could possibly be in that jury, raw, how many rappers is goddamn dead serious versus lying? More than 50% gonna say it's going over 50%, y'all. Lying. Even the public notice, y'all. It's a real goddamn defense. So they want us to believe a 20-year-old that's being invited and revered by millionaires and successful people in the music industry started a gang and actually was running around willy-nilly for 10 years. Doing nut shit and unscathed. There's nothing, we ain't got no proof. All we did was catch him with shit that's basically a rapper kit. Drugs and a weapon to defend himself because he got a lot of bread. Uh, uh, Yo, I'm gonna say this. I think people outside our community might even understand that these rappers is acting more than us. Hence CB4. Who wrote it? Who produced it? Who thought it had a good enough concept to put it on the silver screen? Yeah, I said silver screen. If you don't know, Google. Look, that's my barbershop defense right there, y'all. That's like regular, like if this is real, like okay, let's really look at it though. We going back to Mick Jagger. My man is androgynous, bro. Running a gang. Show me another one. Show me another androgynous male. This is not goddamn Warriors where you got androgynous men running around. This ain't bad Michael Jackson and they in the goddamn subways with the niggas with the tight level on. This ain't Beat Street. This nah. So how androgynous male leading the squad? Y'all think this is a legit defense? They really trying to tell us that a nigga. That's crazy, y'all. Like this jury not jacking it. Yeah, Jagger time, y'all. We gotta go back to the Jagger, bro. My man Tenderoni is a man, John. Father said in the interview he been had money too. We skipped over that. We let him slide. He said he been had money. Straight up. He said that they come from nothing. But he also said he been had money. Figure that out. Yo. Yeah, ma. Yeah, ma. He said he been had money, bro. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, could a young man who dresses in such tight clothes and feminine swag ever carry this much demeanor in a gang? Like, I know how rank work, bro. Like, yo, technically, yo, and put it like this, y'all. That defense wouldn't work on the street in that courtroom with propaganda, the way they sell the macho man. Technically, you could play with a jury with that defense because the streets know it's some dudes that act like Thug that really get busy. The non-street people don't know about that. Like, they don't. Most of the people in the streets don't really like. That's why I start saying something about the stigma that Young Thug got. If you notice a storyline, that's why I asked, yo, is that New Orleans story serious? Because it seemed like it's just play, like they came up with it to kind of balance the dress thing. It's like both of these myths came with him. It was like a duality. Yeah, he wear the dress, but he smoked somebody. Friday the 13th. What's up? Yeah, yeah. He feminine and sweet, but he smoked somebody. They holler. They holler. Yeah, don't play with y'all. He held it down for us when them New Orleans boys came over here. But guess what, y'all? Don't them New Orleans boys be kissing? Damn. Tap the like button. So all right. Oh, so Ladana sent some paperwork. Hold on, let me check. I actually sent a whole bunch. What we got? Motion to suppress defendant statements. Okay, okay, got that. Oh, let's see. Let me pull it up, y'all. Hold. Here we go. You know how we do. Paperwork lady came through. She connected. All right, where I was at. Boom. Allegedly. Okay. Including an Audi sedan, which was allegedly involved in the shooting of Mr. Drinks 2 days prior. I told y'all. All right. So homie told on himself. Right here. Slam told on himself. Right here. And they trying to get that suppressed. So Stillwell told on himself. Yes, he did. Told on himself. Yep. Dana got the paperwork. I had a feeling. I could tell the way they was typing. Like I could tell what happened. He told. Sounded like they was coming around the corner to tell. Talking about telling. Yeah, I knew it. All right. The reason why I think that's important is this is him telling on himself about the second body in the RICO, y'all. The last body. And he's saying that he was just in the white car, which they was already investigating him for because of the other body. So when they come, because the house got shot up, the Audi sedan is in the goddamn in the yard. They see the Audi sedan, they come in, do an illegal um question of yo. They interrogate the nigga on the scene. Shit's illegal because they ain't read him his Miranda rights. So he tells them, yeah, I just got out of the white car. And they documented that the white car on the scene was an Audi sedan. You can't read the small words? Mr. Stillwell. Shannon Stillwell told on herself. You can read it now. How about now? See, it's important though because technically, he, if this statement from him can get brought in court, um, it's incriminating because it's him putting himself in connection with the Audi that's alleged to be connected to a body that's in the whole RICO. So this makes the gang look official. What up? You're typing crazy. E-Man, what it do, bro? All right. So his lawyer was smart enough to try to get that statement thrown out, but I don't think it worked. Salute, King. Hold on. What did it say? Admission at trial of each of the statement will violate the defendant's privilege against self-incrimination and right to due process of law. The constraints of the Fifth Amendment only apply when the defendant is subject to custodial or interrogation. The test to determine whether the defendant was in custody is this: whether under the totality of the circumstances, a reasonable person in the defendant's position would feel he was not at liberty to terminate the interrogation and leave. Yeah. Holding that statement properly suppressed. In the instant case, Mr. Stillwell was clearly not free to leave. He had been forcibly removed from a house in which he was legally present in. He was placed in a car against his will, and his movements were forcibly restrained. They spell restrain wrong. They said retrained. I don't even think that's a word. Restrained by handcuffs. Mr. Stillwell was certainly in custody for Miranda purposes. Interrogation is words or actions on the part of police officers that they should have known were reasonably likely to elicit an incriminating response. In this case, the questions posed by Viverito and Flores qualify as an interrogation. Yeah. As defendant was never informed of his Miranda rights, and he certainly never waived any rights, as is required by United States Constitution and Georgia Constitution, as well as the applicable case law. Any and all statements he made are inadmissible. Wherefore, the defendant requests that this court conduct prior to trial a hearing to determine whether admission of the defendant's silence and statements would violate the rules set forth in Miranda v. Arizona and Jackson v. Deno. Yeah. Yeah. Technically, I don't know how they did that. How they didn't this is they served this to Paul Howard, the district attorney, though. That's interesting. On December 27th, 2022. But Fanny was already in position, wasn't she? So why Paul name on this joint? What happened? Motion to opposition to defendant's motion to dismiss. All right, hold on. What's this? Oh, this Stillwell again. Let's see what he. Hold up, y'all. Motion seeking a dismissal on constitutional speedy trial grounds of count 2 of the indictment and any other count based upon. All right. On or about October 27, 2015, officers arrested defendant for the murder of Donovan Thomas. However, With the exception of a single full day in October 2018, defendant has never served a day of incarceration based solely on the murder of Donovan Thomas. When defendant was arrested on October 27, 2015 for the murder of Donovan Thomas, that was not the only set of crimes for which he was arrested. Defendant was also in custody for a set of crimes which later became the basis for Fulton County Indictment 15SC140132. Yeah, S is in Sally, C is in cafeteria. Fuck is wrong with you? Defendant pleaded guilty to those charges in March 2016, for which he received a total sentence of 10 years, with the first three, LaDana, look up this indictment. You see this? Check this. Check that. I sent the number to you, please. Because what it looked like is they try to mash Donovan murder into some other, into a indictment before. They try to put the nut murder in an indictment before, and this paperwork is saying that nah. Y'all already threw that in the joint before, and he ain't get found guilty of that. He got found guilty of the other shit and served some time. Y'all ain't, hold on, bro. Look. Final disposition. Defendant received credit for each of the days from October 27, 2015 forward towards that sentence. See affidavit of custodian. Filed April 12, 2016. See also jail booking. 152-1859. After his prison sentence, defendant was returned to Fulton County Jail on October 23, 2018 and was released on bond on October 24, 2018. We served 3 years for some other shit. This was the one full day defendant spent in jail for no other reason but the what? 1 day. I can't make it. Who typed this? Y'all see that shit? Yeah. What the hell does that mean? Yo, they saying that man served time for that shit already. A day. Yo.
I know you're working hard on that. Just please keep us posted.
Hey, where the Posted nigga at right now?
What's going on with Posted?
Hold on, Posted came up.
I have to see E-Bands. I'm going to break that nigga
Right.
face.
Yeah, I can't give Posted back to late night. That ain't happening. No.
Yo, he the worst one. According to documents, yo the goddamn devil. On August 23rd, 2019, defendant was arrested for a new set of felony offenses, including fleeing and eluding, a hit and run where he struck another car which was then in operation, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, among other offenses, which ultimately became Fulton County Indictment. God damn, he got another indictment. Ho. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. On October 27, 2020, defendant was arrested for a new set of felony offenses, including possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and drug offenses. See Fulton County case 22 SC 181814. Yo, let me start reading that shit like that. Defendant was released in May 2021 to another county based on a hold. Damn. On August 23rd, 2021, defendant was arrested for a new set of felony offenses, including hit and run involving serious injury or death, and for death by hold on, bro. Another hit and run? Didn't he just catch one? Probation warrants were added. Defendant was released on bond on December 21st, 2021. He was always the wildest one. On March 17th, 2022, defendant re-entered the jail for two sets of crimes, one involving gun possession and drugs, and another involving the separate murder of Shamel Drinks.